And then Cris Cyborg.
Cris Cyborg has to be in the conversation.
Chris said, who?
Greatest fighter of all time.
You want me to fight Yana Kitskaya? Hikish. The girl scared.
Well, who the fuck?
How about the open round?
You see that war paint she wears?
How about the open round? She goes, all right, let's touch gloves. She's like, how you doing? Hikish.
Dude, you get hit by that, you're like, oh, this is terrible.
Oh, this is awful. Her eye was black immediately.
No, I mean, I don't know. I think Cris Cyborg is in the conversation as #1 fighter of all time.
I'm telling you, that there's the only person. So Kat wanted that fight, but obviously her losing, she's so down the queue now. But the only way Cris Cyborg loses is if they put more than one female fighter in that cage.
I think
there's not a female on this planet. Holly would be the closest.
Amanda Nunes is intriguing. Amanda Nunes throws bombs.
I don't get it. I think she's undersized. Well,
Amanda Nunes walking around when she's not sucking weight.
Even remotely close to Cris Cyborg.
You've been around.
They're not on the same planet. They're two different human beings.
Well, Cris Cyborg is.
I'll say this though in your defense. In your defense, Amanda Nunes is a more precise and technical striker. Mm-hmm. However, Cyborg is pretty precise and hits like a Mack truck.
And she's got what's her name in her corner now. Her striking is different. Cris Cyborg is she's physically different than any woman that steps in there. We have to acknowledge that too. Whatever the case.
I think it takes away from what she's doing.
I agree with you.
She's under strict USADA testing. She's tested more.
No. I'm not talking about steroids. I'm talking about physically. She's just gifted. She's so gifted physically. But again, let me just say this. She is, her success is not just because of her physicality. She has worked her ass off to become, in my opinion, the best fighter that best female fighter ever by far.
Yeah, I agree.
So you you have to give credit to her insane work ethic, to her the amount of skill that she's mastered.
Good at everything.
It's incredible. She's good at everything, and seems to be getting better.
And will fight anyone. She's like, yeah, let's do it. Short notice. I'll make weight. Let's do it.
Well, I actually think that I'd like to see her fight some men.
I say that too. I'd love to see her fight Khabib.
Please take it easy. You just jumped way ahead. Relax, bro. Relax. I'd like to see her fight some of the lower guys down.
I'd like to see her fight Edson Barboza.
Brandon, I can tell you're being a little sarcastic right now.
I would love a Cyborg Luke Rockhold match.
Brandon, you're being sarcastic.
No, hey, all honesty, for reals. I'm not being silly here.
Yeah.
Cyborg versus CM Punk.
I'd love to see that.
Who wins?
Cyborg.
Right?
Cyborg.
That's what I'm saying.
Without question.
All day. But who's going to sanction that fight?
Is there any other guy? Or are the 35-pounders just guys and too big and strong for her?
35-pounder men?
Yeah.
They all get dealt with.
They all get dealt with. Not the higher echelons, but the other guys.
They're going to have their hands full.
TJ Dillashaw is much smaller than Cyborg. He's going to beat her up, but he's got his hands full. He's got to show up for a fight.
Yeah. It's not a walk in the park.
She's 175 walking around, I think.
Yeah, she hits hard, man.
Hard as fuck. So you think that Cyborg can compete?
I think Cyborg beats up CM Punk.
Yeah, I do.
Like bad.
I do too.
Like the same way he beat up Tanya Evinger or Kozakaya.
I 100% agree. But how does Cyborg do in the 35-pound men's division? Am I even allowed to ask that, or am I overstepping
Are we getting crazy? I don't know. Are we caught up in the moment? You talking about bantamweights?
Am I overstepping my boundaries?
I'll say this, Benavidez. I love you, brother. If she caught Benavidez with a mean uppercut, she's knocking his head back.
She's so much
into
bigger.
the 10th row.
She's so much bigger.
Get down!
So she fights.
It looked like the Minions attacking Grug.
Here's what I say. The men have to make 35. Cyborg can come in at
60.
Yeah.
Someone getting fucked up.
I believe that.
Someone getting messed up.
You're talking about a very different
dudes.
And she knocks guys out.
Yes. I'm telling you, the only way she loses unless you put one or more females in there or she fights a dude.
I agree.
And if that dude's CM Punk, she steamrolls through him.
I agree.
But you're going to have some sort of battle of the sexes thing. You're going to have CM Punk accept that fight knowing he's probably going to get his ass mollywopped, which no one's going to do that.
Mollywopped.
Yeah.
Cyborg is just a different animal.
Great night of fights, though.
I was looking at her head and her jawline in comparison to Joe's. Joe Rogan's, and I was like, she's bigger than
She's
Joe.
a nice person, man, too. She's a good person.
I believe that. I'm a huge admirer of her. But she's built for war, is what I'm trying to say. The woman is built for war.
Yeah.
She's when she had that war paint on, I was like, you are the baddest. You are just a warrior through and through, man. Built for war. And I'm going to have my hands full with her if I spar her, I'll tell you that much. Look at her.
That was before.
She looks awesome.
Yeah, doesn't she look cool?
I'm a huge fan of hers in every way. I'm a fucking huge fan of hers. She's like she's been through a lot, man.
Sure has. Finally coming out on top.